Let's talk honestly about what it's like to have sex for the first time. It's one of those milestones that many people anticipate with a mix of excitement, anxiety, curiosity, and uncertainty. There's a lot of information and misinformation floating around out there, and because first-time sex can be a very personal and emotional experience, it's important to understand what you might expect, what's normal, and how to navigate it in a healthy and informed way. First things first, there's no one-size-fits-all answer to what sex for the first time feels like. Everyone's experience is unique, shaped by physical readiness, emotional connection, expectations, personal values, and even the circumstances in which it happens. Some people describe their first time as magical or deeply intimate, while others might say it was awkward, confusing, or even disappointing. And guess what? All of these experiences are valid. Just because movies or TV shows often romanticize first-time sex doesn't mean your experience needs to look anything like that. The truth is, it's usually not perfect, and that's totally okay. Before getting into what it might actually feel like, both physically and emotionally, let's talk about something essential: consent. Consent isn't just a checkbox. It's an enthusiastic, ongoing agreement between all people involved. Everyone should feel comfortable, safe, and respected. If there's pressure, hesitation, or confusion, it's important to pause and talk things through. Remember, you can say no at any point, even if things have already started. True intimacy starts with mutual respect. Now, let's look at the physical side of things. For people with a vagina, penetrative sex for the first time can sometimes feel uncomfortable or even painful. This can happen for a few reasons: lack of arousal, not enough lubrication, or tension due to nerves. Contrary to popular myths, the hymen doesn't necessarily break or tear the first time someone has sex, and not everyone bleeds. The idea that bleeding is proof of virginity is outdated and medically inaccurate. The hymen can stretch or tear through various activities long before sex, like using tampons, biking, or dancing. What matters more is being relaxed, aroused, and using enough lubricant. When those things are in place, the experience is much more likely to be comfortable. For people with a penis, the first time might involve worries about performance, stamina, or erection difficulties. These are super common concerns, especially when nerves kick in. Some people ejaculate quickly, others might have trouble maintaining an erection, and again, both are normal. Your body might not react the way you expect it to. That doesn't mean something is wrong with you. The first time is rarely like a scene from a movie. It's a learning experience. Whether you have a penis or a vagina, arousal and pleasure take time to understand. It's not just about the act itself, it's about connection, communication, and figuring out what feels good for you and your partner. One of the most helpful things you can do is talk openly beforehand. Discuss boundaries, contraception, STI protection, and what you both feel comfortable with. That might not sound very romantic, but it's one of the healthiest and most respectful things you can do. Knowing that you're both on the same page builds trust and reduces anxiety. Speaking of anxiety, it's common to feel nervous. Maybe you're worried about what your partner will think, or you're self-conscious about your body, or you're unsure of what to do. Again, totally normal. Nerves are part of the experience, and they often fade once you're in the moment and feel supported. If you're really not ready, though, physically, emotionally, or mentally, it's okay to wait. There's no right time or age when you should have sex. Readiness comes from within, not from peer pressure or external expectations. Another key element of first-time sex is protection. If pregnancy is a concern, using effective contraception like condoms, birth control pills, or other methods is essential. Even if pregnancy isn't a risk, protection against sexually transmitted infections, STIs, is still important. Condoms, both internal and external, are one of the easiest and most accessible ways to reduce risk. It's a good idea to talk with your partner ahead of time about what protection you'll use and how to use it properly. Being prepared doesn't kill the mood, it shows maturity and respect for both yourself and your partner. Now, let's talk about expectations. Many people go into their first sexual experience with certain ideas, maybe that it will be mind-blowing, or instantly bring them closer to their partner, or even change their life in some way. And while it's true that sex can be a beautiful and bonding experience, it's also true that the first time is often more about figuring things out than achieving perfection. You might fumble a little, laugh, get embarrassed, or not feel much at all, and that's okay. What matters most is how you and your partner treat each other throughout the experience. Emotionally, the first time can stir up a lot of feelings, some expected, some surprising. You might feel incredibly close to your partner, or you might feel a little distant afterward. You might feel proud, excited, confused, or even regretful. All of these emotions are valid. It's important to check in with yourself afterward. How did the experience make you feel? Was it what you wanted? Did you feel heard, respected, and safe? These reflections can help you understand your needs better going forward. And let's be honest, first-time sex doesn't have to be penetrative at all. For many people, their first sexual experience might involve oral sex, mutual masturbation, or simply being naked together and exploring. These can be just as intimate and meaningful. There's no rulebook that says real sex has to involve penetration. It's all about what feels right for you and your partner. It's also worth noting that for some people, sex the first time isn't enjoyable, and sometimes, unfortunately, it's not consensual. If that happens, it's important to know that you are not alone and that support is available. Talking to a trusted adult, counselor, or therapist can help you process what happened and begin to heal. Your worth and your right to healthy, respectful intimacy are never defined by one experience. Let's also take a moment to talk about aftercare. After sex, especially for the first time, emotions can run high. Even if the experience was great, it's nice to spend time together afterward, cuddling, talking, checking in with each other. This helps reinforce the emotional connection and ensures that both partners feel valued and cared for. It's also a good time to talk about what felt good, what didn't, and how you both feel about the experience. As with anything, practice and communication improve things over time. No one is born a sex expert. Your first time is just that, a beginning. The more open you are with your partner and with yourself, the more comfortable and pleasurable your experiences can become. The goal isn't to perform perfectly, but to connect authentically. Finally, if you're someone who hasn't had sex yet and you're wondering if you're behind or missing out, you're not. Everyone moves at their own pace. Whether you have sex at 16, 26, or 36, the most important thing is that it feels right for you. There's no timeline, and virginity, as a concept, is more social than scientific. It doesn't define your worth, experience, or maturity. In summary, having sex for the first time is a deeply personal experience that can be many things: awkward, exciting, emotional, surprising, and educational. It might not be perfect, and that's okay. What matters most is that it's safe, consensual, and something you genuinely want to do. Don't be afraid to ask questions, to talk openly with your partner, and to advocate for your comfort and well-being. Your first time doesn't have to be the best time. It just has to be right for you. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment sharing your thoughts or questions. And remember, healthy sex starts with honest conversations. See you in the next video.